guys, welcome back to my channel. I have my husband here and we thought we would film a little story time of all the fun and
interesting details of our wedding.
Yeah. And we just had our 1 month anniversary and just got all our pictures back and thought that's a good little refresher to say all the fun details that we want to share. So, I think the weather was like a huge point in it because the Friday before, as people are trying to get things set up, it's a torrential downpour.
Yeah, like full thunder showers, a little bit of hail, and and then it wasn't looking good for the day of the wedding either, because it had like this same storm coming in for like 4 o'clock, which was right when the wedding was supposed to start.
Oh, and the whole week leading up to the wedding was a massive heat wave, like above 30 every day, to where we slept in our motorhome in the backyard because it has air conditioning and our house doesn't. And so that made any prep work outside that much more difficult. I had to wait till 8 p.m. to do anything. So then, rainstorm hits. Luckily, I had rented a big white tent for the yard.
Yeah, it was a good call. And our yard is exactly 30 feet wide, but then like she ordered the 30-foot tent and it was great. It was the right size, but the tent was taller than the garage beside it. So luckily we could put 2 legs over the one side, but then we get this tent over and we have like artificial grass in our backyard, and so we're like, we won't put, like, the stakes that they gave you didn't really look like substantial to hold down a whole 30-foot tent in a rainstorm. So I just like strapped it to parts of the fence, and then like that storm came in and I was like standing under the one corner because like while Brett's running to get a strap because like the whole tent was lifting off the ground.
Oh, right.
And so I was just like soaked outside, just like trying to save the tent. But it was pretty funny. And then we had all the tables like under the tent. Well, thank God for the tent that night for sure, because it kept everything dry for the next day. And then what else that night? Nothing else. Then the next day
it calmed down and it was fine for the evening.
Yeah.
Got tables set up, had pizza, and then hung out.
So then next morning, what happened in the morning? What did I have to do? Like everything.
And Brett and my dad, all the guys were running around, and then even Nada was in there, who is the best man's wife and also was our officiant, which was awesome.
Yeah. Nada was like the in-betweener. Like she was relaying messages.
Yeah, because I was inside for all before the wedding, and then getting ready. All us girls were inside, and him and the guys were outside to get ready in the motorhome and setting everything up. So anything that we had to like discuss went through Nada, and then you called me once.
Yeah.
You texted me first and said, "Can I call you?" I said, "Yeah."
And I was like, I just need to know, like, am I going overboard for putting a tarp over the pergola? Mm-hmm. Because it was like, it said until probably 3 o'clock that it was gonna like full thunder shower on at 4 o'clock.
Timing wise, everything ended up, I'm gonna wait. There's a plan.
That's funny that you were talking about timing and a plane flies over.
Yeah.
But like, even let's talk about that. Crazy thing about our neighborhood is that it is right in line with one of the main airstrips at the Calgary International Airport, and the planes are close enough that you can read the numbers on the bottom of it. So,
and that you normally do pause your talking, especially when you're outside, because there's no point trying to fight
talking through
over a plane.
through 4 jet turbine engines flying 100 feet.
And we had almost made jokes about, like, can you contact the airport to ask for like a 20-minute pause to not fly this flight path at 4 o'clock? And obviously we didn't do that, but I included a little piece at the beginning of Not a Speech to say that if there is an airplane, we're gonna pause our talking. The ceremony was like 20-ish minutes. Not a single airplane went over.
Yeah, not one airplane.
Over
Actually,
the ceremony, plus I feel like
it
hours.
was till 6:30 at night was the first plane that came through our sky.
Yeah.
Like, we were all standing there and we were having dinner.
Yeah.
And then the first plane flew over, and that's when I like looked at my phone. I was like, no way, 6:30 at night. We went all day, and that is like a super rare occurrence. Like, the only time we'd say that it was like slow flight paths was like start of COVID, but then now it's just like back to normal, I'd say. And yeah, like, it was crazy. And then through the thing, like, we do the ceremony, and me and her are up there, and I'm crying like a baby, and we don't notice this, but all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, the only thing that you heard in the background was an owl, and we heard it twice, and we were like, no way. Oh yeah, you played the game for the thing.
I had a virtual bachelorette party, and the girl who put it together asked Randy a few questions about me that I had to guess, and one of them was, if you had to pick an animal that reminds you of Carissa, what would it be? And he said an owl. From way back, I had a thing for owls, and
I would always buy her little stuffed owls and stuff. Like, I just said that it's because she's always watching over me. And yeah, like, it was pretty cool that everyone at the wedding was like, did you guys hear the owl? And we were like, no way.
But maybe a few weeks before, in 2 different occasions, we thought, do you hear that? Like, is that an owl? Because we had never heard it before, and then it started making noise through the ceremony, which super, super cute.
Yeah.
Also, backtrack to the planes. Instead of people... Oh, there's a plane coming.
Oh, another plane coming in.
I'm gonna wait. When we were doing the more reception time, a few started to come over, and instead of the guests clinking their glasses for us to kiss, somebody came up with the idea that we kiss for the airplanes coming over. So that was kind of cute.
Yeah, it was.
After the rain had stopped Friday, my grandma had been here like 2 or 3 days at that point in her front garage. She did all the flower arrangements, the bouquets, and the stuff on the arch. And somebody had got me and then brought you up to our front yard and said, you just need to look at this because it would just suit the ceremony and the archway so well, because my initial plan was to do it also in the back under the pergola. I thought would be nice, and just the way we have a weeping willow tree in the front yard that I was in love with from the first time we looked at this house.
Yeah.
And we brought the little hexagon arch that I have rented, and we had the perfect amount of chairs because it was like 20 people who were actually seated for the ceremony, and us and the bridal party at the front, and it worked out so well to do that. And then we had a little living room set up almost of all this antique furniture that I rented, but then also the antique wheelchair that I luckily found 2 months before the wedding.
Yeah, at like a relative's antique store of all things.
In a small town, like 2 hours from here, and
it
got put on Facebook, and luckily we were going that direction, and my dad took me, and I was like, I need it. Yeah. I've had this weird fantasy of having an antique chair, and it's in such good condition.
Oh yeah, and we have like the frame of an antique. Oh yeah, my dad found a frame of an antique wheelchair like a couple of years ago when we first moved up here at a garage sale, and the lady just gave it to us because she thought it was garbage, and so we always had it, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll redo it or something one day, and like then all of a sudden she just found a redid one, and so now
I was pumped to have that piece of it.
Yeah, like it was super cool, and it's like almost identical, and yeah, like it now that one's like lawn art for us, and the other one we have like, okay, wait, can we do a wheelchair count quick? Like just as like a weird tangent in the video.
I think it's just 4.
No.
Why?
Wait.
That one doesn't count outside.
Power chair?
Oh, power chair.
Your old one, your second one, the one you're in, the antique chair.
That's it.
Okay, do wheelchair accessories count?
No.
No. So the pedal bike doesn't count?
Hand cycle and Baytech are 2 separates.
I'd say like hand cycle is 1.5, and the Baytech is 1/2.
Okay, so 6.
6, yeah. We got lots of wheels.
7.
I'm all about wheels though, so it's like you have lots of wheelchairs, I have lots of cars.
It's out of hand, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, so she had, and the plan with the antique furniture was to put it in the front yard, and so then when everything swapped around, it worked out super good, because she will insert a picture of us on the antique furniture in our backyard under the pergola.
It was so
and then
cute.
Oh, wait.
Oh my gosh, and now there's so many planes.
Yeah, like that was 2 minutes apart.
That's what we get. Yeah. No planes on the day, but talk about it.
Anytime you want to do something.
Also, we had the dogs dressed up in our like bridal party pictures, but they walked down the aisle with the guys, and they just laid there the whole ceremony. Like, they were so well behaved.
Yeah.
And then we put them in the motorhome for a bit to chill out, and then they came and like joined the reception party, and they were just so excited.
Oh yeah, just pumped. And we took their tuxedos off. Like they're basically, Louis turns into a statue when he wears clothing, and Finn was like, but he listened, which was different. He like followed Rogan, like, okay, I'll come with you. Yeah. So that's good.
And Finn was so fuzzy because I wanted him like full floof because it's so cute, but it was his tuxedo was so tight.
And like we said, it was like 30 degrees for like 2 weeks straight leading up to our wedding, and he was the biggest like floof ever. Yeah. So he was just like, and when he's like super hot, he just turns into like a bigger monster. Also, she'll put a little snip of like how handsome Louis was. That must be said. So yeah, and then what else? Okay, then after, first of all, photographer, unreal. Yeah. Super happy with her.
Kareen.
And then
Emery was our video. On the end of this video, I will attach the teaser
to our wedding
video. It's like a 1-minute video she's put together for us, and then in like 9 weeks we get a 5-minute more like highlight video, and then right now we're in discussion on getting a more like full documentary style where she'll put together any usable footage with all of the audio, because she actually mic'd us for the whole ceremony and stuff, so all of the vows are super clear, which is super cool. Yeah. Like we say, you only get married once. So it'd be like so awesome to just have like all those moments
Yeah.
in a video. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was like we had dinner. Then there was speeches. It was my 3 girls did a speech, your best man, and then both our parents did one. We kind of just opened it up, started playing some music and stuff, and then people just kind of hung out, started to leave slowly, and yeah, once it died down a bit, you guys started taking tables apart and all that, and literally by the end of the night, by midnight, it was me, you, and Brett and Nada in the backyard because they had their motorhome here.
Yeah. And
we called it a night.
Yeah. Yeah. Then it was like we had 2 days to get ready to go.
Well, Sunday, my dad came back. You guys
took down
took down the tent. The rental people came and picked up the stuff, and it rained that day also, and it was more of like a gloomy rain through the day kind of thing. And then yeah, we had 2 days. The Tuesday was my birthday, but super low key because Wednesday we left.
Then we went on our honeymoon out to campground, Salmo River campground, which was like super cool. It's southern BC, and it's kind of by the same people who run Shambhala that we go to most years, and it hasn't been open for 2 years because of the pandemic, and we just wanted to be near it, so we went out to that campground, and it was super cool. Like everyone we met there was from like had been to Shambhala once or twice, or like, so it was kind of cool because it was like a weird little reunion with the like few people that were there.
But it was also like very quiet. Just wait.
Oh.
Yeah, we drove there on the Wednesday and got there when it was pitch black, and just had the lady luckily was able to show us our spot, and Randy knows her from back being friends with his sister, which was cool. And then we wake up on Thursday and this campground is basically empty. We had it almost to ourselves, so we pack our little element with some stuff and head down to the river, and basically spent all day Thursday and Friday in this river with the dogs and had it to ourselves.
It was like kind of surreal to be sitting by it
with our dogs.
Yeah, with our dogs, because like dogs are also not allowed at Shambhala, and yeah, like it was a super cool feeling. And then like in one of the first days we got invited to like a cool little thing at one of the stages, and like it was just unreal. So it was like we got to go to like almost like a little pre-party thing, and then we got to come back, and we had like the best little 4 or 5 day honeymoon in the camper in the element, and got to see our friend Brett just bought a place. Like Brett, the best man, and Nada, they bought a place out right by there, so we went and parked on their land and checked it out. Now we're back home to real life, and we started taking apart the camper, which like you'll probably see like a video eventually of that.
Yeah.
Special mentions to Louie for looking even more comfortable than before.
Oh my god.
And for Finn for just laying right there the whole time. Do we want Finn to come and say his special mentions?
No. Oh my gosh. He is disheveled.
Finn, you want to sign us out? He says, everybody please make sure you like this video and you click subscribe and turn the bell on. Beep boop beep.
That is our wedding highlight recap that we wanted to share from our point of view, and I will add our little teaser video that's super cute. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe because there should be quite a bit of stuff coming out based on our new camper and how exciting that is for
and that could
how
be
it will change things functionally, but also what we're changing about it.
Beep, boop, beep.
And yeah, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
My whole life I joked about being able to see the future. But when I was younger, I never really pictured being married. As soon as we started to get to know each other, I seen the future start to change. I love carrying you through the doorway every time we get home. I love tucking you into bed every night. And I love the fact that we haven't missed more than 5 nights together in 3 years.
No matter where we are, or where life takes us, if I'm with you, I'm home.